Good afternoon, morning, night, evening, boys and girls. You never guess what? I've put my back out, emptying the dishwasher again. So I just think now, just never going to empty the dishwasher again. Quick update on the CanaLambic. I can't really call it a lambic, but it's a CanaLambic, and something in there is happening, because this is our blow-off tube, and it's got bubbles in, so something in there is doing something. Now I've got a float hydrometer in there, and it's not showing a massive change in the specific gravity. I'm okay with that. We're 7 days in. Given that it was, and we're at 16 degrees, given that when you normally pitch, just had a nice delivery today from, I've forgiven Get Her Brewed. I wanted some pale malt and some Brettanomyces. Given that, the cool ship here, and there is I forgot to mention, there is actually a calculation you can make, which is the surface area to volume ratio, which is why I've got this size and I've got the smaller one. I decided, because it was so cold, I'd use this one, even though it's only a 30 litre. I'd normally use the little one, according to the calculation. The surface area to volume ratio would only require the little one, but because it was really cold, I thought I'd give the natural yeast a chance. Give them a chance. So we have twice the surface area to volume that we needed. And we left it overnight. I think, did I leave it 15 hours? Something like that. I can't remember. If you're normally pitching into a 25-30 litre wort, you'd make a starter, so you'd use a Y yeast or an existing liquid yeast. You double its volume. Richard Williams did a really useful, that's Dude's Brews on YouTube, did a really useful thing about why he always makes a starter. I always make a starter. Therefore, if you imagine like a 2 litre starter going into a 30 litre brew, fucking lot of yeast. However, with a spontaneous fermentation, there's not a huge amount of yeast, natural yeast, getting into it. It's not like chucking a Erlenmeyer flask in. So it's possible that the yeast just takes a little while. That's a smaller core sheep. These are some hops which I'm trying to age, desperately trying to get old. So there's not a huge amount. I'm not going to pop the lid off because I don't want the lid police all sort of like, doing what lid police do. Keep the lid on. It's not right to take the lid off. That's very, very silly and naughty. Yeah, but fuck it. I know that something's going on because it bubbles. So it might just be a while that... Hang on. Got a delivery. Hang on. Another package. Right. Where was I? So there's not an awful lot of yeast gone into there, so it might just be taking its time. A week in, I think I can smell, I'm fairly sure I can smell that kind of like dimethyl sulfide type smell, DMS. If you don't know what that is, and if I remember, I'll put a link to it. Or actually, no, I won't. You could just Google it. Just go Google it. So I think I've got odd whiffs of DMS in there, which is, again, a fairly common thing to happen in the early stages of alembic fermentation. Also, I've kept the temperature low because that prevents potential mold growth. So we're looking good. We've got something going in here. That's exciting, isn't it, boys and girls? In about 4 weeks, I think we'll be going into here, and I'm going to try every month, probably until the end of April, so 5-ish 5 to do another one. So I'm going to get initially a couple more of these, see how that goes. I don't know where I'm going to put them, that's the trouble, because we're sort of running out of space here. I'm tempted to move the house drum kit because we won't be having any gigs for a while. This is Nick Robinson's old drum kit, so I'm thinking of packing that away, clearing this off. I've got these couple of these big fuck off speakers that we don't really need in here at the moment, so I don't know, they might go on eBay or Facebook or something, but they're loud and they're heavy, so they won't be shipped. Anyone wants a couple of speakers? I don't know, a couple of £100. I think there was about 580, I can't remember, it's irrelevant anyway. God, I'm whistling on. Mustn't allow myself to do that. And so clear a lot of this crap off, because this is just me lazy. And then if that does go, if that speaker, there's another one over there, there's a pair of them by the way, then I can get me casks lined up here, and it will still be sort of out of the way if we ever do get allowed to have gigs in here again, because this is the stage area. So I think I'll still be alright here. I'll get 4 or 5 along there out of the way. So that's where we're at the moment with oh god, what it's depressing, isn't it? Liking these. I was going to today start getting ready for a brew tomorrow. I was going to do a mild, like a proper pucker, old-fashioned mild, but I'm not sure now, you know. That's part of what that owl yeast was for. I'm going to use that for, I want to do a nice proper old English bitter, like a good best bitter, because in my advent calendar, Chris's Harrison's brewery, Harry 69's, his best bitter is blinding. So I fancy doing a best bitter and an old-fashioned type mild, like a really old-fashioned type mild, with kind of like chocolatey, those sort of like all that sort of biscuity, but also with a fair amount of kind of like gentle bitterness in there as well. So that was my plan. But I think today I'm just going to go, and I've got a couple more Zoom meetings. Actually, I've got one really soon, so I better go and put my lippy on and tart myself up here, push up bra, all that sort of thing. Well, it is Zoom, isn't it? And it is with people who are, yeah. Anyway, so I've got a couple more meetings. Then I'm just going to go and lay down flat on the floor and moan a lot. Quite substantial moaning will be happening, and complaining about dishwashers doing me back in again. So we're looking good. I'm happy. We're looking like we've got an active lambic. Sorry, this isn't really a brilliant video, and it probably isn't going to get much better today, but something is happening. And for a dry run, for a trial, actually there's definitely DMS there. Definitely taste DMS there. For a first go, I'm all right with that. I'm very, very happy with that. And I guess, as I said, leave it in there. I think 4 weeks. Give it 4 weeks. See how the specific gravity alters, because it might just be that it's infected and that's affecting the bubbles, infection. I would have liked to have thought it's Saccharomyces and Brettanomyces. I have actually got, shouldn't say, but I have actually got some Brettanomyces. I bought some spare, and I've also got some slants. But I was never that sure about slanting those particular cultures. I'm alright slanting different yeasts, but so I've bought some spare just in case. And even if that is a write-off, all it's cost me really is the electricity and the grain bill, which is next to bugger all, so probably about 5, 6, 7 quid, something like that. So I'm not overly disappointed if it doesn't work out, but if it does, whoa, I've made Lambic style. You have to say style because it's geographically protected. I've made a Lambic style. And just as a, forgot to mention this, we've got some things just to Timmermans, who are kind of like god of Lambic. That's an Omnipolo. We're probably not going to be seeing any more Omnipolo in the UK now, unless someone's brave enough to try and import it because of Brexit. Thanks, Brexit. But we've also got these Allagash, and I think I might have mentioned before, Allagash American. It's Allagash and St Mars of the Desert, Sheffield, that kind of like got me into the idea of running with the Lambic styles, the spontaneous fermentation styles. But I'm saving these for when Charlotte is no longer doing her dried January thing, because I think, well, I know that I will be having the strawberry, and I suspect Charlotte will be having the cherry. I might have Charlotte's cherry. I don't know. We'll see. So, not much of a video for today, I'm afraid, boys and girls. More a quick update, but something's happening, and I'm really excited. I hope you are too. Right, I'm going to go and get changed now, otherwise I'll be late for my Zoom meeting. Cheers, boys and girls. Stay safe.